Okay, my name is Ella Beck, and this is my sports coach performance training program, or how I would set it up. So here's a little bit, kind of my table of contents, what I'm going to be going over. First, I'll have the major topic areas, then I'll have kind of my training program format, what assessment tools I'll use, the training program schedule, and then a reflection on the whole process. So for the major topic areas, there's 4 of them. The first is effective communication. So the key concepts and skills here will be active listening, verbal and nonverbal communication, conflict resolution, and giving constructive feedback. All these things are really important for a coach to understand, so I think that this should be kind of the first thing that's covered. For the resources in this section, I'll use articles about communication styles, videos about effective feedback, and then I'll also bring in an experienced guest speaker who has that experience in sports communication and who is a successful coach with that background. And then the format for this section will be online videos followed up by an in-person workshop. The next topic that I'll cover in my session will be leadership skills. So the key concepts and skills here are different leadership styles, finding out what each coach is and what works best for their teams, whether it be transformational, servant leadership, transactional, all the different types. Also focus on decision making and emotional intelligence. Again, those 2 things are really important for coaches as well. The resources here will be case studies, leadership podcasts, also maybe incorporate some readings from John Maxwell's Leadership Gold. And then the format here will be a series of in-person sessions with practical activities. And then I just have this little picture with some of the essential leadership skills, and this section of the, lecture lesson will focus on all of those skills. The next section will be based on team building. So the key concepts and skills here are how to build team cohesion, how to manage team dynamics, and how to foster trust within the team. The resources here will be team building exercises. We'll look at some TED Talks on teamwork, and then I will hopefully bring in a guest speaker who has coached successful teams and get them to talk about how they managed kind of the interpersonal things on their teams. And then the format here will be interactive group sessions. It'll be in person with some collaborative tasks to kind of get the coaches working as a team and start using those skills that they're learning. And then lastly, we'll cover motivational techniques. So the key concepts and skills here will be intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation, goal setting, and then create a motivated environment, how these coaches can get their players to do these things. The resources will be video interviews of coaches discussing motivation, and then motivational theory articles, and also some self-reflection exercises. The format here will be a combination of online readings and in-person interactive discussions. So the next section I'll cover is the format for my training program. So the delivery format, I've talked about it a little bit, but I'll do a blended format, both in person and online. The online content, whether that be videos or readings, could be reviewed at any time. And then the in-person sessions will focus on group discussions and more practical applications. Those will be done synchronously as opposed to asynchronously. And then the duration of the training program will be we'll deliver as a series of 4 sessions over 4 weeks that allows the coaches time to implement their strategies between the sessions and kind of see what's working, see what they need to improve on, and then come back the next week and learn some more. So the next thing I'll go over is what assessment tools I'll use. First, I'll use a pre- and post-program surveys. So this will help to measure the self-assessed confidence in communication, leadership, and motivational skills that the coaches have before and after they go through the program to see what I need to tweak in the program and what's working well. I'll also use some quizzes every now and then to cover some key concepts after each online module, just to be sure that the coaches are actually going through the online module and not just skipping over it. And then I'll use some performance evaluations. So coaches will have real-time interactions with athletes, and then that can be assessed by peers or through self-reflection, either way. And then I'll also implement the 360-degree feedback. So that allows athletes, fellow coaches, and supervisors to evaluate how the coaches are changing their behavior and how they're improving or where they need to improve more. Next, I'll go over my training program schedule. So I mentioned before I'll do a 4-week program. So week 1 will be focused on effective communication. The modules will have a 2-hour online module and then a 1-hour in-person workshop. Week 2 will be focused on leadership skills. I'll have another 2-hour online module and then a 2-hour in-person activity. Week 3 will be focused on team building. So I'll do a 3-hour in-person interactive session for this one. And then week 4 will be motivational techniques. That'll again be another 2-hour online module. And then I'll have like an hour discussion to kind of debrief the whole thing and go over everything just one more time. And then my reflection on this whole process. So some of the challenges that I would see happening is ensuring that the material is actually engaging and it's applicable across a variety of sports. This will make sure that the in-person and online components, they need to be able to be integrated seamlessly. Those are kind of the challenges that I see. And then some lessons that I could see being learned is that coaches need both theory and practice to improve, and also the importance of tailored content to meet diverse needs. Obviously, if you just talk about something and you never actually implement it, then what's the good? So those are my lessons learned. And then I have a couple of references. And that is it. Thank you.